Have you ever felt a sudden, icy grip tighten around your chest? A primal alarm blaring in your mind, even when your surroundings are perfectly calm. That surge of dread that steals your breath, that makes your own body feel like a stranger, and at its peak, leaves you with a single desperate plea. Where is God in this chaos? This feeling of utter isolation, of faith flickering as your world contracts, is a profoundly disorienting place. But what if, even within that suffocating darkness, there was a quiet, persistent light you hadn't yet recognized? What if the very act of crying out, of wrestling with that profound question, was the first tremor of a deeper connection? A presence far more steadfast and intimate than you could ever have imagined. This isn't about finding simplistic answers, but about discovering a resilient truth that can hold you, even when the ground beneath your feet feels like it's dissolving. It was precisely in that unsettling space of questioning and visceral fear that David found himself. He was at the local community garden, trowel in hand, meticulously tending to his small plot of heirloom tomatoes. The afternoon sun was warm on his back, the gentle hum of bees a soothing backdrop when the familiar, unwelcome wave began to crest. This wasn't just the stress of a demanding week, it was something far more ancient, a deep-seated terror taking root. The open air, usually a source of peace, suddenly felt thin, heavy, as if every molecule was conspiring to deny his lungs. He tried to focus on the rich, dark soil, but the earth seemed to tilt. The vibrant green leaves blurred, and the only undeniable reality was the frantic drumbeat in his ears, a relentless rhythm announcing an unseen catastrophe. David, a librarian known for his quiet demeanor and methodical nature, felt a cold sweat prickle his hairline, a stark contrast to the internal inferno radiating from within him. His hands, usually steady as he organized countless books, now trembled uncontrollably. He gripped the trowel, its wooden handle digging into his palm, trying to use the sharp sensation to ground him, to pull him back to the familiar. But his mind was already spiraling, caught in a dark, suffocating vortex, and the only question that echoed was, where is God in this? The rows of flourishing vegetables, the distant chatter of other gardeners, the entire tranquil scene, everything dissolved into a distant, meaningless hum. He was alone, utterly alone, at the epicenter of an internal earthquake no one else seemed to perceive, or perhaps chose to ignore. He forced himself to breathe, 1, 2, 3 times, each inhale a monumental effort, each exhale a relief so fleeting it was almost imperceptible. His throat was tight, his heart felt like it was trying to escape his ribcage, a frantic bird trapped in a cage. He knew this feeling. It had visited him before, a silent personal battle, but never like this, never in such a public, seemingly peaceful setting where the facade of calm was everything. Shame began to intertwine with terror, a secondary poison threatening to corrode what little composure he had left. He just wanted to disappear, to vanish from that garden, from that moment, from this skin that seemed to be turning against him, from a reality that felt utterly hostile. Perhaps that's not exactly your scene. Maybe your battlefield is the overwhelming silence of a lonely evening, or the jarring cacophony of a busy commute, or the frustrating paralysis of a blank screen. But perhaps the feeling is hauntingly familiar, that sudden, unbidden terror that grips you without warning, the physical sensations that convince you something is terribly wrong, the profound sense of isolation, even when surrounded by life. The feeling that the solid ground has given way beneath your feet, and you're falling, endlessly falling, with God's voice sounding like a distant, fading whisper, or worse, an utterly deafening silence. In these moments when life hits us with overwhelming force, when the familiar turns frightening and the path ahead disappears into a thick fog of fear, it can feel like we are utterly alone. But what if that feeling of being alone is precisely where a deeper connection can begin? What if the very act of reaching out, even in despair, opens a door to a presence that has been there all along, waiting to be acknowledged. In this video, we're going to walk through a story, an ancient psalm, a deep reflection, and a heartfelt prayer. And as we do, you'll see a candle burning, a quiet flame in the darkness. It's more than just a symbol. It's a gentle, persistent reminder that God's light isn't just waiting for us at the end of the tunnel. It arrives right here, in the middle of the darkness, illuminating the path, even when we can't feel its warmth or fully see its source. It's a promise that even when you feel utterly lost, you are not forgotten. If any part of David's story or these feelings resonates with you, please consider hitting the like button. It helps us know we're not alone in these struggles, and it helps this message reach others who might need it. David's experience leaving that community garden is a snapshot of a moment many of us know all too well. That desperate feeling of needing to escape, to find air, to just be somewhere else, when the world around you feels perfectly normal, but your internal world is a maelstrom of chaos. It's the quiet terror of waking up in the middle of the night, heart pounding, convinced something is terribly wrong, even though the house is silent and everyone else is peacefully asleep. It's the insidious way panic can hijack your breath, your thoughts, your very sense of self, leaving you feeling like a stranger in your own skin, a prisoner in your own body. It tells you insidious lies about what's happening, about what's coming, about who you are, and most painfully, about who God is. It whispers that you're utterly alone, that no one truly understands, and that this suffocating feeling will never, ever truly go away. And in those moments, when the waves of fear crash over you relentlessly, when your body feels like it's a traitor, and your mind races with an endless loop of worst-case scenarios, it's not just natural, it's almost inevitable to wonder where God is. Does he truly see this agonizing struggle? Does he genuinely care about this profound suffering? Does he even exist in this terrifying, visceral, all-consuming experience? It's incredibly difficult to pray when your throat is tight with fear and your thoughts are fragmented, scattered like dust in the wind. It's almost impossible to believe in a loving, comforting presence when all you feel is an overwhelming, suffocating dread. Yet thousands of years ago, someone felt precisely this. They felt the world closing in, the relentless physical grip of fear, the overwhelming sense of being utterly consumed, and in their raw, desperate honesty, they wrote it down. This is from Psalm 46, a profound and honest cry from the depths of human distress, a psalm that courageously doesn't shy away from the terrifying reality of human suffering, but rather embraces it. Let's listen to just a few lines, slowly, letting them breathe and sink into your spirit. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Pause there for a moment. Refuge and strength. Doesn't that phrase capture the chilling feeling of being exposed, vulnerable, utterly unable to protect yourself when panic takes hold? It's not merely a fleeting emotion. It's a profound physical sensation, like invisible walls closing in relentlessly around you, restricting your movement, your breath, your very will to resist. And ever-present help in trouble. Imagine a sudden, violent storm, powerful and merciless, sweeping everything away in its path. That's precisely what a panic attack can feel like, isn't it? A sudden, overwhelming, uncontrollable force that washes over you, leaving you gasping for air, disoriented and utterly helpless. It's not a gentle breeze, it's a tempest, a deluge that threatens to drown you completely in its sheer intensity. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Though the earth give way. This isn't just about feeling overwhelmed. It's about feeling like the very foundations of your reality are crumbling, that you're being dragged down into a darkness from which there's no escape. And mountains fall into the heart of the sea. A mountain is a symbol of stability, permanence, When panic strikes, it can feel exactly like that. A cruel upheaval sprung suddenly, holding you captive, making escape seem utterly impossible. You're caught, and the more you struggle, the tighter and more inescapable the situation seems to become. These aren't just ancient words etched on parchment. They are a profound mirror reflecting the very real, very physical, very terrifying experience of panic that transcends time. They tell us with undeniable clarity that someone, long ago, knew this exact texture of fear, this exact sense of being overwhelmed and trapped. And in that profound knowing, in that shared human experience across millennia, there is a quiet, undeniable comfort. As you listen to these words, perhaps you can look at the candle in the video. Its flame is steady, even as the air around it might stir. It's a small light, yes, but it's undeniably there. It's a quiet, persistent reminder that God's presence isn't always a booming voice from the heavens or a sudden, miraculous intervention. Sometimes it's just a steady, quiet light, burning faithfully in the darkness, even when everything else feels like a relentless torrent. If this message is bringing you a sense of comfort or understanding, consider subscribing to our channel. We share more reflections like this to help navigate life's challenging moments and find light in the darkness. In the last part, we sat with the raw, unvarnished honesty of Psalm 46, acknowledging the earth giving way and the mountains falling into the heart of the sea that can feel so terrifyingly real during a panic attack. The psalmist, in his profound wisdom, didn't pretend these feelings weren't utterly overwhelming. But the psalm, crucially, doesn't end there. It moves, not away from the pain, but courageously through it, towards a profound declaration of trust and an experience of divine rescue. This is where the narrative shifts, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the despair. Let's look at another powerful, redemptive image from this psalm, one that offers a profoundly different perspective, a turning point. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. When you're in those deep, churning waters, feeling the relentless currents pull you down, what does it truly mean to imagine a river whose streams make glad? Does it feel like a distant, abstract, theological idea, or something deeply personal, intimately tangible, and desperately, urgently needed in that moment of drowning? This isn't about God passively waiting for you to somehow swim to shore on your own strength. It's about God actively, powerfully providing a source of gladness, a life-giving stream, right there in the deep, treacherous waters where you are, where the panic has you gasping for every precious breath, and then, with unwavering strength, actively sustaining you. It's a vivid picture of divine intervention, of a loving presence that doesn't just observe your struggle from a safe distance, but courageously enters it, getting wet alongside you. It acknowledges the profound truth that sometimes you simply cannot pull yourself out of the abyss. You need to be sustained. This image speaks to the undeniable truth that even when you feel utterly helpless, completely spent, there is an ultimate strength, a divine current that can reach into your deepest fear and begin to lift you, gently but firmly. It's not a promise that the waters will magically disappear, but a steadfast assurance that you won't be left to drown in them. And then, the psalmist continues, describing the glorious outcome of this miraculous presence. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. After feeling the foundations crumble, the mountains collapse, and the torrents overwhelm, what does the profound idea of God is within her, she will not fall, truly evoke for you? Is it just physical stability, a change of scenery, or something far more profound? A sacred space to breathe, to think, to simply be without the crushing, suffocating weight of fear and anxiety. She will not fall is the absolute antithesis of the constricted, trapped, claustrophobic feeling of panic. It's room to breathe deeply, room to move freely, room for your scattered thoughts to finally settle and find coherence. It's the profound relief that comes when the intensity begins to recede, when the relentless grip of fear loosens, and you can finally take a full, unhindered, life-giving breath. This isn't necessarily about the external circumstances changing overnight or all your problems vanishing. It's about a profound internal shift, a moment of sacred reprieve where you can feel God's presence not just in the struggle, but actively leading you through it, guiding you to safety. It's a powerful reminder that even after the most terrifying, soul-shaking moments, there can be a return to a place of peace, a place where you are held, safe, and deeply cherished. The psalmist reminds us that this rescue isn't just an act of duty, but an act of divine delight. God delights in sustaining you. So how can this ancient psalm, these timeless words, truly enter your daily life, especially when the weight of panic or anxiety inevitably returns? It's not about a one-time fix, but a continuous practice of reorientation. When you feel that familiar tightening in your chest, that racing heart, that overwhelming sense of being consumed, try this. Return to a specific verse. Pick a line like, "God is our refuge and strength," or "God is within her, she will not fall." Don't just read it passively. Feel it. Let it resonate within you. Let these powerful words be an anchor, a lifeline in the storm. Say them out loud, even if it's just a whisper, letting the sound ground you. Sit with a line before sleep. If the evenings are when anxiety spikes, when the quiet allows fears to amplify, take one of these phrases and let it be the very last thought before you close your eyes. It's not a magic spell, but a gentle, intentional reorientation of your focus. A quiet, defiant declaration of trust in the midst of uncertainty. Look at the candle. As you engage in this practice, let your gaze rest on the candle in the video. It's a visual anchor, a tangible reminder that light is always present, even when everything else feels dark and chaotic. It's not a light that banishes all shadows instantly, but one that steadily, faithfully burns. A quiet testament to a presence that is always there, sustaining you, strengthening you, leading you to a spacious place, one precious breath at a time. Before we go any further, I want you to take a breath, a deep, slow, intentional breath. Let it fill your lungs and then release it slowly. Sometimes, in the midst of so many words, so much struggle, so much seeking, words need to stop. And the profound silence that follows can often do what no sentence, however eloquent, can ever achieve. Look at the candle. Really look at it. See the flame, how it dances ever so slightly, a tiny, resilient flicker against the vast, darker background. Notice the subtle way the light catches, perhaps on a surface nearby, creating a soft, comforting glow. It's steady, isn't it? Quietly burning, unwavering in its purpose, a beacon of persistence. It doesn't demand your attention with a shout, but it holds its ground with a quiet, undeniable presence. I invite you now to breathe, just for a moment. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to solve any problem. Don't try to force any feeling. Just be present with that small, persistent light. Let it be a gentle, tender reminder of a quiet presence, a steady warmth, an enduring hope, even when everything else feels cold, uncertain, and overwhelming. Take another deep, slow breath. Let it be a moment of surrender, a moment of simply being. Welcome back. After that quiet, grounding moment with the candle, let's return to the very heart of what we're exploring. We've talked about the raw, visceral experience of panic, those earth-giving way moments that can sweep us away, and the profound, often agonizing question of God's presence in it all. I don't know if this will make sense to everyone, but there's something I keep coming back to when I think about these moments, these panic attacks that feel like a physical assault, a betrayal from within, and the deafening silence from above. It's the honest, brutal truth that sometimes prayer feels like talking to the ceiling. You pour out your heart, you beg for relief, you plead for a sign, you cry out for intervention, and all you seem to get back is the hollow echo of your own voice, amplified by the silence. Believing in God, truly believing with every fiber of your being, doesn't magically make the fear disappear. It doesn't miraculously stop the heart from racing or the breath from catching in your throat. In fact, sometimes the very act of trying to hold on to faith in the midst of such profound physical and emotional chaos can feel like an added burden, an impossible task. God can seem so absent, so distant, so utterly silent for so long that you begin to wonder if he was ever really there at all, or if you just imagined him, a comforting illusion. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to feel that. It's okay to voice that profound, unsettling doubt. I've been sitting with this for a while, this agonizing tension between unwavering faith and the brutal, undeniable reality of pain. And I don't have all the easy answers. I can't promise you that if you pray harder, the panic will miraculously vanish. I can't tell you that God will instantly change your circumstances, or that the deep, dark valley you're walking through will suddenly, effortlessly become a sunlit mountaintop. The valley is real, the panic is real, and sometimes it's very, very long, stretching out endlessly before you. Your struggle is not a sign of weak faith or a punishment for some hidden sin. It's a profound sign of being human, of living in a world where bodies and minds are fragile, susceptible to pain, and where the spiritual journey often involves wrestling with profound doubt, agonizing fear, and persistent uncertainty. But here's what I've come to understand. And it's not a simple resolution, but a profound reorientation. It's a different, more resilient way of standing inside the same difficult, painful situation. Remember those earth-giving way moments from Psalm 46, the ones the psalmist felt he was desperately experiencing. And then the powerful line, "God is within her, she will not fall." For a long time, I, like many, imagined God pulling me out of the situation and setting me on dry, safe land, far away from the danger, the struggle, the fear. But what if "she will not fall" doesn't always mean instant, complete removal from the struggle? What if it means being held firmly and lovingly within the struggle itself? Think about David, leaving that community garden. He was still in the immediate grip of the aftermath of panic. The external situation hadn't fundamentally changed. The panic had happened, and its echoes lingered. But perhaps, in that moment of needing to escape, of needing air, of needing a single moment of reprieve, there was a subtle yet profound shift. Not a full resolution, but a reorientation. A tiny, almost imperceptible movement from being completely consumed by the chaos to finding a small, internal space to breathe, to think, to simply be, even if the waves were still crashing violently around him. This is where the image of God being within her takes on a new, richer, more profound layer of meaning. It's not just about being rescued from the situation, but being rescued in the situation. It's about finding a way to remain standing, to keep breathing, to maintain your sense of self, even when you're still submerged, even when the currents are strong. It's about realizing that God's hand isn't always pulling you to a distant, safe shore, but sometimes it's simply holding you steady, keeping your head above water, right there in the midst of the storm, right there in the heart of the chaos. The spacious place isn't always a physical location, a geographical escape. It can be a profound internal spaciousness, a tiny sacred pocket of peace that God creates within you, a sanctuary for your soul, even when the external world and your internal sensations are still overwhelmingly chaotic. The candle burning here with us is a perfect visual for this profound truth. It's not burning in a perfectly calm, safe, sterile room, devoid of all struggle. It's burning in this space, with this conversation, with this pain, with this uncertainty. Its light is inside the tunnel, not just waiting patiently at the very end. It doesn't magically make the tunnel disappear, but it makes the arduous journey through it possible, illuminated. It's a quiet, persistent presence that whispers, "You are not alone in this. You are held." Even when you can't feel it, even when you can't see it, there is a hand reaching down, holding you, steadying you, right here, right now, in this very moment. This isn't about finding an easy answer to why the panic happens or why God feels distant. It's about finding a way to remain present, to remain held, to remain connected within the profound, often uncomfortable question itself. It's about cultivating a quiet openness, a radical willingness to be held, to be sustained, even when everything in you wants to fight, to flee, or to simply give up. It's about discovering that sometimes the deepest faith is found not in certainty, but in the courage to keep seeking, to keep breathing, to keep trusting, even in the darkest night. We've walked through some deep, often difficult, and profoundly personal territory together. We've acknowledged the raw, visceral reality of panic, the feeling of being swept away by earth-giving way moments, and the profound, agonizing question of God's presence when He seems utterly silent. We've also begun to reorient our understanding, seeing that God's presence can be within her, even in the deep waters, creating a spacious place within our very souls, not just at the end of the struggle, but right in the midst of it. Now, as we move towards the final, sacred part of our time together, I want to extend a deeply personal invitation to you, an invitation to prayer. This isn't about performing or finding the perfect, eloquent words, or even feeling a certain prescribed way. It's simply about showing up exactly as you are, with everything you're carrying in your heart and mind. If you feel like your faith is hanging by the thinnest of threads, bring that thread. If you feel utterly exhausted, bring your exhaustion. If you feel angry, frustrated, or confused, bring your anger, your frustration, your confusion. God, in His infinite capacity, can work with all of it, with every raw, honest emotion. There are no rigid rules here, no demanding expectations. But if it helps to ground you, you might consider a simple physical gesture, perhaps placing a hand gently over your heart as a tender way to acknowledge the tenderness and vulnerability you might be feeling in this moment. Or if you feel comfortable, you could softly close your eyes for a moment to quiet the external world and focus inward on your own breath, on your own being. You might even just rest your gaze on the candle, letting its steady, unwavering flame be a gentle anchor for your thoughts, a focal point for your spirit. Take one slow, intentional breath before we begin. Just one. Let it be an invitation to simply be for a moment, to rest in the present, to allow yourself to be held. I don't know if it's a mere coincidence that you ended up watching this video today at this precise moment in your life. Maybe it is. But maybe, just maybe, there's a profound reason you're here right now in this sacred space. And whatever you've brought with you, the doubt, the exhaustion, the half-belief, the full-blown terror, the quiet hope, know that it's all welcome here. God meets us not where we should be, not where we pretend to be, but precisely where we are, in our raw, authentic truth. If this journey has resonated deeply with you, if it has offered even a glimmer of light, please consider sharing it with someone who might desperately need to hear this message. You never know whose darkness a little light, a little understanding might profoundly touch. All right. If you're ready, let's pray together. You don't need to repeat after me or even say anything out loud. Just listen and let these words be a reflection of your own heart or simply a quiet, heartfelt offering in this sacred moment. Let us pray. O God, we come before you, not with perfect faith, not with all the answers, but with honest, vulnerable hearts. We confess that sometimes the world feels overwhelmingly too much, and our own bodies feel like they're betraying us, turning against us. We confess the raw fear, the crushing anxiety, the suffocating panic that grips us, that feels exactly like the earth giving way, like the mountains falling into the heart of the sea, sweeping us into an abyss. We confess the agonizing moments when we cry out, "Where are you in all of this?" When your voice seems utterly silent and your comforting presence feels impossibly distant. We bring you our racing hearts, our shallow, desperate breaths, our trembling, unsteady hands. We bring you the insidious shame of feeling utterly out of control, the profound exhaustion of constant vigilance and internal battle. We bring you the gnawing doubt, the unanswered questions, the moments when hope feels like a luxurious dream we cannot possibly afford. And in this profound vulnerability, we humbly ask for your unwavering presence, not necessarily to miraculously remove the storm, but to be intimately with us in it, to be our anchor. Be our refuge and strength, we pray, an ever-present help in trouble. Be within us so we will not fall, even as the waves crash relentlessly around us. Help us to find that spacious place within our souls, that internal calm you alone can create, even when the external world and our internal sensations are overwhelmingly chaotic. Remind us through the quiet, persistent flicker of a candle, through the gentle, rhythmic beat of our own hearts, that your light persists, that your love endures, that you are here, not just waiting patiently at the end of the tunnel, but right here, right now, in the very middle of our deepest darkness. You are the steady hand, the quiet presence, the unwavering light, our constant companion. Thank you for seeing us, for hearing our silent cries, for holding us in your infinite grace. May we rest in the profound knowledge that we are never truly alone, and that even in our deepest fears, our most agonizing moments, we are held by an everlasting, unconditional love. Amen. Thank you for joining me on this journey, for sharing this sacred space. Remember, the candle continues to burn, a symbol of enduring hope, and so does the light of God's presence, even in the deepest waters of our lives. If you found solace, strength, or a moment of peace in this message, please consider leaving a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. Your story matters, and it can bring light to others. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more reflections like this as we continue to explore faith, hope, and healing together. May you find profound peace and enduring strength in the days ahead.